I think OU softball is going to win the national championship and make it a 5-peat. It's my official prediction. But why do I feel this way? Why am I picking the Sooners to win it again? To celebrate the pursuit of a 5-peat, I have 5 reasons why OU will win it all again in the Women's College World Series. What's your biggest reason? Drop yours in the comments. Why do you feel confident in the Sooners winning the WCWS once again? Drop your answer in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more OU and Women's College World Series content. Let's get to it. This list will be in order of impact. So basically, the further we get down on the list, the more important I think each of these keys are. So let's start at number 5. At number 5, I've got the defense. 5th biggest reason why I think OU is going to win a national championship. 2nd highest team fielding percentage of any team in the Women's College World Series, only behind Oregon. Sooners had a .979 fielding percentage, which ranks 9th in all of college softball this year. OU was also top 5 in errors with just 32 on the season in 52 games. They're excellent defensively. I think we already knew that. Nellie's been fantastic at third. Your shortstop, second base duo is as good as you're going to find in the sport. Sam Landry might be the best in the country at fielding her own position from the circle. Sid's been good at first. The outfield has been solid. Yeah, you get the point. It is a very, very good group. And yeah, it's a different group than what we've seen in this tournament in years past, but OU has seemingly saved its best defensive performances for the Women's College World Series, which is saying a lot. Might this group do the same? That could be the case. Sometimes games are won in this tournament by the teams that don't make the big mistakes on defense. But I just feel really good about where OU's defense is going into the Women's College World Series. I think that once again, it could absolutely be a reason why the Sooners win another national championship. It's been the catalyst of this program for a very, very long time. Yes, they make the routine plays, but they also make the spectacular plays as well. That didn't change from this past year. Defense could be a key reason, and I think it's the 5th biggest reason why this team is playing its best softball and will win a national championship. At number 4, simply the GOAT. OU's got the GOAT, and nobody else does. You know, OU arguably has the best defense in the field. But there's no arguably when you rank the best head coach and the best coaching staff in the Women's College World Series. There is no doubt that OU has the best of each. And that matters. Take a look at the last time that OU played a game in the tournament. Patty Gasso and Jen Rocha rolled the dice with the pitching staff, starting Carly Keeney in Game 2 of the championship series and then putting in every other pitcher that they had on the roster, and they end up winning the game. That decision came from trusting her players, and it worked out. And there's a lot of value in having a head coach that's coached in so many Women's College World Series championships games, especially for a team that will have a lot of players playing in their first WCWS in Oklahoma City. There may be nerves on Thursday for players on OU's roster playing in their first World Series games, but it really helps to have a coach that's as calm, cool, and collected as they come. That's a very, very positive effect on the rest of your team. And look, Patty just knows how to push the right buttons, especially in this tournament. There's a lot of history that proves that. And sure, the players are ultimately going to decide who wins this tournament, but Patty routinely puts her players in the best spot to win. Having the best head coach and having the best coaching staff matters, and it certainly matters in the Women's College World Series. My 3rd biggest reason, the crowd. People complain about it. People who don't know what they're talking about want this tournament moved out of Oklahoma City because OU wins way too many championships a year, and oh, by the way, it just happens to be close to Norman. To which I say, okay, let's move it out of Oklahoma City. Let's move it to the 2nd nicest facility in the sport. We'll move out of OKC. We'll do it. Finally, let's move it to the 2nd nicest facility in the sport. Anyone knows where we would be playing? We'd be playing at Love's Field in Norman. So to all of you that complain, 1, get better. 2, maybe you should have invested in softball like Oklahoma City did for so many years. But I digress. We'll move on. It is an advantage. You have to say that to have the Women's College World Series in your own backyard. And there will be, once again, an insane amount of OU fans in Oklahoma City this week and on into the next week as well. Look, it's hard enough to beat Oklahoma, but it's really hard to beat Oklahoma when you don't have your home crowd behind you. We know that OU will have the home crowd in every single game it plays in this tournament. That helps. Like, this team will feed off of that momentum. And look, I think if you played this tournament in New Zealand, we'd still be talking about a four-peat. OU still would have won 4 titles in a row and be the queens of this sport. But having the crowd in OKC helps. And for a team that has so many players making their World Series debut, feeling like you're playing a home game could obviously really, really help this team. My second biggest reason I think OU is going to win the national championship, simply put, it's Sam Landry. You need an ace in the circle to help carry you through this tournament, and Sam Landry is absolutely that player for Oklahoma. She's as good as you're going to find in college softball, and she's also not coming into the World Series overworked from the Super Regional, because Sam Landry pitched just 7 innings in the Norman Super Regional, and it will have been 6 days since she pitched when she takes the circle against Tennessee. Being fresh this time of the year, it really helps, and it feels like Sam Landry is in a fantastic spot heading into the Women's College World Series. She's coming off a really good performance where she had a 4-hit, complete game shutout over Alabama and was sharper than she was the previous weekend in the regional. I feel very strongly that she's going to rise to the occasion. The crowds will be insane, the pressure will be high, but Sam looks the exact same. That's been the case all year long. Regardless of the atmosphere she's in, nothing seems to faze Sam Landry. She's ready for this moment. I believe that. And don't be surprised if she ends up having an incredible tournament and is in strong consideration for most outstanding player. OU's had the ace before to win this thing. Jennifer Stewart, Kalani Ricketts, Paige Parker, G. Juarez, Hope Troutwine, Jordy Ball, Kelly Maxwell, just to name a few, of course. Don't be surprised if Sam Landry is the next name that's included on that list. The number one reason why I think OU is going to win the national championship is the offense. I think it's the best part of this softball team today because, frankly, they can do it all. They can hit for power. Most home runs of any team in the field at 115 on the season, ranked second in all of college softball this year. How about this stat? OU is averaging an insane 2.02 home runs per game this year. They're averaging over 2 home runs a game this year. And remember, we thought that this team wouldn't hit as many home runs this year. They can also hit for average. 337 team average on the season, which was top 20 in the country this year. They can play small ball if they need to. With where this offense is today, I think it's the best offense in the entire field. The numbers make a great argument to that, but this offense is peaking at the right time. 47 runs. 47 runs in 5 postseason games thus far. And even though that sounds impressive all by itself, they've only played a full 7 innings just once so far in the postseason. There's not another offense I'd take today over OU's in the Women's College World Series. And boy, are they dangerous. You can have success against them, but just when you feel like you're doing well, they'll put up an 8 spot in an inning, and all of a sudden, not only you're trailing, but you're all of a sudden in run rule territory. OU is going to face some incredible arms in this tournament. That'll happen as soon as Thursday. But even with that, I love this team's chances because of how well they're swinging the bat, how confident they are at the plate right now. They got a ton of confidence with their best hitters. They're swinging the bat really well, and their hitters, even at the bottom of the order, are swinging it well right now too. The number one reason why I think OU will win another national championship is because of that offense. All right, we've got updated odds to win the Women's College World Series via BetESPN. Going into Super Regional Weekend, OU was listed as the favorite, and that has not changed. OU still your favorite to win the tournament at -140. Texas has the next best odds at +425. So OU's not just a favorite to win this thing. They are a sizable favorite to win the Women's College World Series. A very big betting gap right now between Oklahoma and the rest of the field. Texas, though, with the second best odds at +425. There's Florida at +750. Tennessee at +1200. Texas Tech +1200. UCLA +1800. Oregon at +2200. And the Ole Miss Rebels at +3000. So there's some real value in the field with Texas Tech +1200. Maybe like Tennessee to potentially make a run in this thing at +1200. UCLA at +1800. not a lot of value, really no value whatsoever betting on Oklahoma. There is some on the rest of the field, but the big takeaway with this is BetESPN thinks that Oklahoma is definitely not only the favorite, but a pretty wide margin between Oklahoma and the rest of the field. It is accolade season. We're starting to find out about All-American lists coming out. D1 softball just put out their All-Americans on Tuesday. 4 Sooners made the list. 2 first-teamers, 2 second-teamers. Cassidy Pickering, Sam Landry were both named first-team All-Americans by D1 softball. Congratulations to both. An incredible honor with both. I agree with both. I thought last year that Cassidy Pickering, at some point in her career, and it wasn't going to take her very long, was going to be an All-American. And the year that she had, the numbers that she had, the impact that she had for this team, it would have been a crime if Cassidy Pickering wasn't a first-team All-American. She's excellent at the plate. She's been awesome in that leadoff spot since they've moved her there. I think she's pretty much awesome anywhere in the order that you put her at. But well-deserved for Cassidy Pickering. Not the last time that she's going to be on someone's first-team All-American list. And then Sam Landry. Sam VP, of course, got to be on the list. You know, there's some pitchers out there that have better numbers than her, but in terms of her impact and the conference that she did it in the big games that she pitched, no argument to me whatsoever. I would have argued if Sam Landry wasn't a first-team All-American this year. We know what she meant to this team. Extremely well-deserved. A couple second-teamers that made the list, Ella Parker, Gabby Garcia, both second-team All-Americans by D1 softball. And that's pretty incredible. Very, very happy for Ella Parker that she made an All-American list because, well, she didn't really miss a ton of games, but she was injured kind of throughout the majority of SEC play. So with the start that she's had and the ending of the season that she's had, the numbers were so good, even though she went through a slump dealing with that injury. The numbers were so good before and kind of after that it led her to be second-team All-American by D1 softball. There's very few hitters, if any, that I would take over Ella Parker right now. But seeing as, yes, she did go through a slump in SEC play, can see how she's not a first-team All-American, but if she's healthy next year, don't worry about it. Ella Parker's going to make plenty of All-American lists by the time her career at Oklahoma is over. And then Gabby Garcia, same thing for her. I think she could be a first-team All-American by pretty much everybody as soon as next year. If there was a better shortstop out there, I'd love to see it. The fielding percentage, incredible. 20 home runs led the team. Gabby Garcia, just one of the best freshman seasons in the entire sport this year. Those are your 4 names that made the list. And those 4 names, incredible. Incredible impact for this team. And all 4 of those names, I think, are going to make a huge impact as we move forward here throughout the Women's College World Series. As always, drop your thoughts in the comments. What's your number 1 reason why OU is going to win a national championship? Thank you for watching.